Two big news stories have come out over the last week that have shown a huge national spotlight on the Triangle region of North Carolina. The first was Disney's announcement that they'll be building a new residential community here. And the second was a $1 billion federal grant to create a high-speed rail line between Raleigh and Richmond, Virginia. And while my channel is meant to be more evergreen than just current events, these two stories really highlight the massive interest in the region and its explosive growth, so I had to share them. But before we get into it, if you don't know me, my name is Matt Martin, and I'm a realtor in the Raleigh area of North Carolina. I've helped tons of clients relocate to the Triangle region, and if you're looking to do the same, I'd love to help you too. And if you want to see more videos like this, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe right down below. So let's kick things off with the news from Storyliving by Disney that they're going to be building a new residential community in North Carolina called Asteria. This will be only the second Storyliving by Disney community in the entire country, with the first just announced last year for California. So that's what makes this news so big. You have one of the biggest companies in the world, Disney, choosing North Carolina's Triangle region for the development of one of the only communities of its kind in the US. And before we get into the why, let's talk about what Asteria will be. There still aren't a ton of specifics about the project, but we know that it'll be built across 1,500 acres in Pittsboro's Chatham Park, which is about 40 minutes west of downtown Raleigh, about 40 minutes south of Durham, and about 35 minutes from the Research Triangle Park. Asteria will ultimately have more than 4,000 residential units, including single-family homes, multifamily homes, and accommodations for adults 55 and up. Disney Imagineering, which is the group behind all of Disney's theme parks and resorts and attractions and cruise ships worldwide, so essentially the dreamers and developers of all things Disney, will be the visionary of this community in collaboration with DMB Development. The community will feature a wide array of all the amenities you'd expect, including a rec center, extensive trail systems, sports courts, swimming pools, fire pits, parks, etc. But it will also bring a classic Disney touch to activities like storytelling dinners inspired by brand classics. Sales are expected to begin in 2027, so it's still a little ways off. So why did Disney pick Pittsboro for this new community? Well, the Triangle region of North Carolina is one of the fastest growing metros with one of the hottest real estate markets in the entire country. And we have about 80 people a day moving here. This has created a huge demand for our very constrained inventory. And with very few people leaving the region, one of the only ways to accommodate that demand is with new construction. And Pittsboro is one of the hottest submarkets in the region right now, with a ton of available land for development, so it logistically makes sense. But also, the Research Triangle Park is just about half an hour away and is not only the hub of the Triangle's economy, but also of innovation. So what better match for Disney's imaginative and innovative spirit than a region that's renowned for ours? This announcement just came out, so it's hard to judge demand and perception other than through online chatter on the likes of Reddit, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Would you consider a Disney community for your next home, and why or why not? All right, on to the next big news story of the last week, which came when the Biden administration awarded a $1 billion grant to North Carolina to propel the construction of a high-speed rail line connecting North Carolina's capital city of Raleigh with Virginia's capital city of Richmond. North Carolina's Department of Transportation and Amtrak will together match 20% of the grant for a total investment of nearly $1.3 billion. This historic investment signifies a significant step forward in enhancing regional connectivity, boosting economic development, and fostering a more sustainable transportation system. And while you can currently get from Raleigh to Richmond via train, the route is circuitous and it's slowed down by significant freight traffic, which means the route takes about 3.5 hours, which is about an hour longer than if you were to drive the 170 miles. The new route would be much more direct and run along the already existing S line, which has been out of commission for nearly 50 years. And it would be updated to allow for high-speed travel of 110 miles per hour or more. Not only will this significantly reduce the travel time from Raleigh to Richmond to as little as an hour and a half, but it will also allow high-speed service from Raleigh to Washington, D.C., which then would open us up to the rest of the Northeast, like New York City and Boston. The new route will also bring rail access to cities north of Raleigh, like Wake Forest and Henderson, delivering even more transit options and growth to those communities. North Carolina DOT said that it hopes to have the final design work done in 2027, but there is no set date for when the new route could begin serving passengers. So why is this happening? Well, a couple reasons. First off, by providing a convenient and efficient alternative to driving, the high-speed rail line will contribute to reducing carbon emissions and promoting sustainable transportation practices. This aligns with North Carolina's Clean Energy Plan, which aims to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. Another reason is the tremendous growth and economic importance of the Triangle region, which has necessitated faster, more affordable, and more convenient transportation options between Raleigh, Richmond, Washington, D.C., and the rest of the Northeast. This is not only important for passengers commuting between the various eastern cities, but also to contribute to freight and supply chain resiliency. So what do you think of this announcement? Well, I personally would have loved for some of this money to have been earmarked for the development of a light rail between Raleigh, Durham, and the various other Triangle communities. I think any investment in affordable and efficient transportation should be celebrated. I definitely look forward to the day when we can hop on a train to get to DC in a few hours and avoid all the traffic and parking issues that come with going there. So those are the biggest stories of the week that brought a lot of national attention to Raleigh and the Greater Triangle region. If you have any thoughts or questions on these stories or anything else about the Triangle, leave me a comment down below. And since this ultimately is a real estate channel, if you're interested in buying or selling in the Triangle region, I'd love to connect. All my contact information is included here.